What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am Whitney Moonshine. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as these are general messages. They will not resonate necessarily with everybody. So take what does and leave what doesn't. Oh, it's getting hot. This song has been playing over and over and over in my head, and it's a Matthew Good song, and it's called Something Like a Storm. There's a message coming in. Okay. So basically what I'm getting is there's heavy blockages on somebody, okay, due to magic, illusions, magic, okay, and they tried to lure you into something. Okay. I feel like, so Cindy, Awakening to Spirit, whatever, everybody, she put up a video today, or I don't know, it came up today. It was about something about this spirit initiation has been like the trial of your soul's whole experience. Like something about the spiritual initiation has like really had some type of effect on somebody. And I think that would be, now I'm getting almost like the Salem witch trials, when witches were deemed bad people and harbingers of like really bad energy and shit. So a lot of them died, and a lot of them were basically crucified, put up on the cross and lit on fire, and all these really nasty things happened to these women, okay, that were, a month before that considered doctors. So I feel like, so this could be old magic. And we have sloth here, but it's in reverse. It was almost like nobody was ever going to get you to not talk to spirit or to not be yeah, like the devil, okay? Like they couldn't get you to stop trying with the light. Like they just couldn't lure you. They really wanted to lure you into something, and with this like bright shiny thing, and you just do it. Even if they gave you tough love, even if they got mad at you and punished you for not believing in whatever they believe in, Okay. If you keep doing this, you might die. Okay, so there's some doctor checkup. Okay, so I feel like, and especially if you like do tarot readings, or if you do something creatively, okay, something entrepreneur, something where you're working with your own talents, or you decided to open up your own business, or you decided to do something, these people have been fighting against it. Okay, because they claim that you abandon things, and that you are not going to be a good person in that role. So somebody's really, and I think that's the part of the magic. Somebody's really, um like, they're convinced, okay, that they know you. They're convinced. We have third party witness on the bottom of the deck, but in reverse. I almost feel like yeah, there's abuse of authority. This person, whoever this is, whoever decided, okay, that you weren't allowed to do something, or be something, or start something, or be your own person, this person witnessed you as a child, or witnessed you in something, and they turned it around on you. I don't know what. Like, say you were really good at something. Like, you could have been really good at playing the guitar, or like really good at you know, I'm getting like architecture. Like, I don't know if you knew how to really draw, like really detailed when you were young, and you could have done something with that. Like, I remember my stepmother saying, when I wanted to sell my paintings, she said, well, no one's going to buy them. You didn't go to school. Like, she basically told me I couldn't be an artist unless I spent thousands of dollars and went to university. And I remember just looking at her when she would come up with these answers, and just being so puzzled as to why she always thought of all the ways that she could block me and nobody else. It's like she just focused negative attention onto me, and just said no every chance she could. Because if she had have given me my own power, and my own, right, sense of, there's 911, sense of belonging, where I could set out in the world and do something because I have the confidence to do it, she just would smack that away from me. Like, until I was 30 years old, and I said I was going to move away, and then she was like, okay, yeah, see you later, bye, have a good time. um right, anything to get me away, because I wouldn't go down the path as her. And the same with my father, like, could make fun of me in any way they will. Like, I mean, it's their own ignorance and lack of information that makes what I do comical in their eyes. Okay. So whoever these people are that imprisoned you, or um something about sloth, I don't know. Like, definitely just didn't agree with you. Okay. Um, something's happening to them now. They're getting some type of chain reaction here. And they might not be in the greatest position to be calling 911. Okay. So I kind of feel like there's something bad that's going to end up happening to these people to release you. Yeah. See, something is sitting under the surface, and it's not quite ready to come out yet, or doesn't even want to. So I feel like whoever this person is, okay, that seriously did some work on you, they're being told right now, yeah, they're getting messages right now to like go to the doctor and get checked out. Okay, and they're not listening. They're not listening. Okay, because they think they know everything. And even at 70, 80, 90 years old, they can still sit there in front of a doctor and say that they know everything. That's what pride does to you. And especially pride over fucking 100 years. Jesus Christ. I don't even want to know how ignorant this person is. Okay. So they're being told, like their spirit guides, their family, the people around them, they're like, this isn't right. You need to go to the doctor. This isn't right. I remember one of the last times I saw my Oma, she was like falling. She just would fall. She'd just be standing there and then suddenly just lose all balance and go down. She wouldn't even be doing anything. And my mother was getting so angry because she was just like, I don't understand why you're falling. And like my family comes, they're my family is a group of people that lead with very minimal information and will get aggressive with you if they are scared. Okay, they will just kind of lash out irrationally and expect you to do things because even if they don't even know what they're talking about, they'll just expect you to say yes to everything they say and yes to everything and just shut your fucking mouth. You're a kid, doesn't matter how old you are, they're the adult. You don't know what you're talking about unless it's special circumstances. Again, right? It always seems like certain people around you get special circumstances, but for some reason you don't. Okay, it's always going to be like, well, because you automatically assume you're going to get it or you're looking for special. No, just looking for a little justice. Okay, so again, this just seems to be like some energy that doesn't like you. Okay, and that's not a good enough reason to block you. You can't just, I mean, you can't block somebody in general. All right. Even parking, you block somebody, you're going to get towed. You block somebody, cops are going to get called. You block somebody's driveway, you're going to get towed. Like you can't block somebody. Okay. No matter how much you think you're entitled to or not, don't block people. That's not your journey. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. So the fact that they even did it just goes to show how far off their, path they really are because they're not listening to their own spirit guides telling them to go to the doctor. Because they say they know everything. They would know if they were sick. They would know if they had cancer. They would know. Spirit would tell them. Isn't that funny? Spirit has been telling you, and you haven't gone to the doctors once. Okay, so clearly there, and then this lucky 13 in reverse. I'm like, I think their luck is run out. I don't think they get luck anymore. I think their luck is gone because of how they decided to deal with you. Did you just hear that confirmation? Was that you? Is that you? I think he lifted up his lid. Made a little noise. Usually only she can do that. So somebody's definitely making noise now. Okay, about what they were denied because of somebody else not believing in them, not wanting them to do something, trying to control them. Okay. And then telling everybody that if you get it, you're not going to take care of it. If you get it, you're going to destroy it. You're going to ruin it. You're going to, like it's somebody just seems to, the way that I see it, like the way it's coming through my third eye, somebody really just wants to point the finger at you. Okay, because they couldn't lure you into something. You wouldn't believe them. You wouldn't go with them on the drive. You wouldn't listen to them. And it has like mentally fucked with somebody, because everybody else listens to them, but you don't. So you're like the red flag, right? The one who doesn't believe them, the one that won't even listen to them. And if you're the red flag, then you're dangerous to them. You're a weapon to them. That makes you a weapon. You're a weapon to somebody. And they do not want to see you. Ooh, because of their magic. And yet somehow they're honestly, okay. So I feel like a lot of people are seeing you in public and you don't even see them. Okay, we talked about this maybe last week or something like that. I was like, okay, there's going to be a lot of karmics. If you happen to see somebody a lot and they don't see you, consider that to be you have some type of unresolved issues with that person. And they're not supposed to see you because you're the only one that's supposed to see in that situation because there's something you need to get over. That person's already gotten over it or they would have saw you. Okay. So there's that. I feel like somebody's got unresolved closure that they need to resolve in something with you. And they just seem to be wanting to attack you. Okay, because they can't lure you into something. And it's a little bit concerning, because it's like, why do they need you lured into what they believe? Why can't you coexist? And that's the word that's been coming up quite recently, is coexist. We're supposed to be here coexisting. Okay, you don't have to like somebody, but you don't have to hate them at the same time. Okay, if you don't like somebody, you look away. If you don't like somebody, you block them. If you don't like somebody, you move forward, right? It's pretty fucking simple. It's not really science, okay? It's pretty. I just don't understand why people who choose not to like you choose to put so much energy onto that, instead of just coexist with you, knowing that they don't like you, and move the fuck on with it. I mean, if there's hatred, that means that there's an unresolved issue there, because that's what hatred is. It's unresolved issues. It's something that either you personally did to somebody, or they just know about you and they're just going to hate you because you did something to somebody else. But again, it's a lack of information, because who's to say that everything that gets said about you is the truth? I mean, come on. There are people out there that hate you. There are people out there that talk shit. There are people that are going to say things like, I mean, for instance, this one guy my sister was talking to the other day, she hadn't seen him in a while, and he said that she did something, and she was like, no, I didn't. And he was adamant on the fact that she had done something. So finally, she was like, listen, this conversation's over. I didn't fucking do what you said, and I'm not going to have this conversation with you anymore. And he just looked at her, and then finally it clicked in, and he goes, well, what's the story I heard then? He was suddenly confused, because the information that he was going off of, that he clearly didn't speak to my sister about, which had something to do with her, once he spoke to her about it and got the truth, it was suddenly like, then he was questioning, did he even hear that information? And that's the thing. You got to really be careful with alcoholics, because sometimes they think they hear things. Sometimes they think you said things. Sometimes they think, well, they're too fucking drunk to remember anything. Okay. So you accuse them of something that you know that they did, and they go, no, I didn't. Well, how the fuck would you remember? You were wasted. I remember because I was sober, but you were drunk. Okay. And that's the thing. There's a lot of alcoholics that come on this channel. Obviously, there are a lot of people dealing with drunks, okay, dealing with people. And like, you got to think of, when people drink, for the most part, it's because they can't really deal with reality. Okay. So if you think about people that can't really deal with reality, why can't they deal with reality? What the fuck is going on that they can't deal with something that's happening right now? Like, obviously, it's almost like being able to filter reality in some way, right? When you drink, why do people do that? Right? There's obviously things that people hide. There's trauma. There's, people drink for a reason, right? But also, that comes with a lot of consequences. You have to be very careful with alcohol. You have to be very careful with drunks. You have to be very careful with talking to somebody who's intoxicated. Okay. Because, like I said, they get their stories mixed up, and they start talking shit, and they say things that they're not supposed to. Like, I couldn't even remember this. The one of the last times I hung out with my friend, who I thought was my friend, but really I don't think he was. He had a conversation with my sister, but again, because he's a functioning alcoholic, he had a conversation with my sister. The week later, I saw him. I repeated something that he said. He actually called his friend a pedophile. I repeated it to him, and he was like, I never said that. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. Yes, you did. But I'm so happy now that we're on a different drunk day with you, and you're going to claim that you didn't say it now. And I bet you any money he said that I said it. Because, what else do drunks do? They're not going to remember they said it, but they're going to remember whatever the fuck they want to remember about you. And sometimes their own words that they say, they'll say, you said. So I don't hang out with people who drink, like, that are alcoholics like that drink every day, because I did notice that they get stories mixed up. They get angry for no fucking reason. Okay. They act like things don't happen when they did. And then the next day, after being a complete asshole, they just think they can wipe the slate clean. And we're just going to do it all again. I'm sorry. What? So I personally, I just don't get along with them. I think it's a waste of time and waste of space. Like, I think that, obviously you can't control yourself. And if you can't control yourself, then why the fuck would I want you around me? Right? Like, if you can't control yourself with alcohol, can you control yourself with anything? With people, with places, with things? Like, most likely not. Right? So you have to just, there's definitely, with the doctor checkup, like maybe these people are, again, thinking that they're going to stay young forever, thinking that the damage that they did to themselves is never going to, they're never going to have to reap the repercussions of what they put themselves through, because they didn't want to hear the truth. They didn't want to acknowledge the past. They didn't want to heal their wounds. So they just drink, and they just drink. They drink and they drink, and those drinkers, healing and that are so broken from what they went through, are hurting other people because they're hurting. Like, it's obnoxious, really. Even to like talk to a drunk, it's obnoxious, because like they don't listen to you, and then they'll, they just think that they know what they're talking about all the time, and then they get angry, and it's like, if those alcoholics were to see, the shoe on the other foot, like what they look like, how obnoxious they are, what they sounded like, how much they slurred their words, okay, how unattractive they are, I don't really know if they would choose to drink anymore. But if they're around a bunch of enabling people that just end up talking shit behind their back and never to their face, then these drunks look like idiots, but nobody tells them. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a drunk, you look like an idiot. You really do. And like, I'm not trying to start a fight or anything, but just know, because it's the slurring, it's the falling, it's the, like I watched my roommate shit his pants once because he was so drunk. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh man, I used to clean hotel rooms because my Nopa had a motel. Do you know how many people used to piss the bed? Because they're drunk and they can't wake up and go to the bathroom. Like, they become children. Like, that's why I say drunks are children. All right, they really are. And then they're angry that they have to go to work all day. So there's the temper tantrums come out. Like, they are toddlers. Okay, I think I call them toddlers, and that's for a reason, because their rage and their personalities up and down, and rage here, rage there, then pass out, and then drink, and then it's just like, obviously somebody's dealing with alcoholics, and just, keep your fucking faith strong, man. Like, stay the fuck away from them. Acknowledge that you won't be around somebody if they drink. Hold your boundaries. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. My friend was literally sitting there shaking, trying to get somebody to go buy him a beer. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not sitting here. I'm not watching you do this. Like, because then you're going to get angry at me if I don't go get you something, if I don't go put a bottle in your mouth right away because you're a baby. Because toddlers still like their bottles. Okay. That's why you can call them toddlers. Right. So it's just like, it's like taking care of a child. It's like taking care, and then they can't drive because they're drunk. So you got to drive them around, and then they have to piss all the time. So they're pissing in your car. It's just like, I don't know who's had to like possibly deal with drunks or drunk family or drunk people or something like that. But just know that like Spirit watched you deal with them. They did. And if you had to take care of your parent like they were a fucking child, trust me, that's going to, like, everything that you went through, all the battles, all the scars, all the cleanups, all, you're going to reap the benefits of that, right? And whoever shoveled you in dirt while getting you to clean up everything after them because they couldn't handle life not being drunk, and I can't handle this, so I got to drink. I can't handle this, I got to drink. Like, get the fuck out of the way. Let the adults take over, because the children have to sit the fuck down now. Okay. And like, they're losing their jobs, and they're losing their apartments, and they're losing their girlfriends and their boyfriends and their kids, and good. Let them fucking lose everything. That's the thing. People have to lose things to realize what they're doing. If you keep letting them have everything, if you keep giving them excuses, if you keep allowing them to do stuff, they will never learn their lesson. They're toddlers, it means they have to be punished, and not punished in a way that you kick their ass, punished in a way that you put your fucking boundaries up and you ground their ass. You tell them they can't come around. You can't share your energy if they're going to act like that. It's all part of like, having your own back, caring about yourself. And if you wouldn't want to hang out with a person like that, or if you wouldn't be a person like that, then why would you hang out with a person like that? right? So whoever did this, the heavy blockages, maybe they tried to turn you into an alcoholic, right? With a sloth and you don't drink, or you drink just a little bit, or you know how to stay in control of yourself. They don't like that because they have no control. That drink has to be in them. That power has to be in them. They have to feel like they're in control, which a lot of people, if you realize, it's like, alcohol acts like a liquid encouragement, right? It becomes the person that they can't be. But remember, it also becomes the person that belittles people, drives drunk, hurts people, blacks out, hurts you, destroys your liver, destroys your kidneys, destroys your body, destroys your vocal cords, destroys everything. I mean, alcohol is not your friend. Okay? Or it wouldn't say like so many warnings on the side. Same with cigarettes. Not your friend, i.e., the warnings on the side. Okay. So I do feel like whoever has been massively blocking you, I mean, they've been getting warnings about what they are doing, but they don't take the warning seriously because everybody around them enables them to do whatever they want. They don't give them any warnings. So now I almost feel like they're not going to get a warning now because they don't listen. Right. So we're not going to stand there putting this warning sign in front of them and doing all this. So then we know that they know that they're treading on thin ice. We're just going to be like, bitch, you want to go on the ice in the beginning of spring? Take that chance. But you're going to fucking fall right through. We're not going to give you a fucking big notice sign this time because we've told you and you don't listen. So if the animals aren't walking on it, don't you dare go walking on it. Okay, that's the thing. Trust animals. Animals don't eat it. Don't eat it. They don't walk on it. Don't walk on it. Trust your animals. There was this guy who likes to feed. He likes to try different fast food burgers with his bear because bears, it's just a natural wild animal, and he won't eat. Like he won't eat McDonald's. He won't eat. He did one other one. I know he did McDonald's first, but he did something else too. And he wouldn't. Maybe it was just two different burgers from McDonald's, and there was many things that people put up with the French fries and stuff that like ants don't even eat the French fries. Or there's this one guy that put up his French fries that he put on the side of the road to give to ants, and they all died once they ate it. They just like started just dying right in front of them, eating the fries. So like, just be careful. I mean, whatever it is that they're trying to get you to do, because I mean, maybe it's just a really unhealthy family that just eat like shit, talk like shit, drink like shit. It's just a very unhealthy, maybe very obese family. And you don't want to be that way anymore. You'd rather be healthy. You'd rather be, taking walks every night and I don't know, eating some raw vegetables every now and then. And your family thinks you're an asshole because of it. Fucking let them, honestly. Let them die of their heart disease while you live until you're 95. I mean, really, the proof is in the pudding. All these years doing this. God. Okay. So I'm going to do one more reading and then I'm going to kick it. I cannot see the chat right now. It is so fucking bright in my room right now. I can't see it. I can't see the screen at all. And it's getting hot. So if it's already this hot and it's April 3rd, like it's got to be, I don't know, 15, 16 degrees outside right now. It was just snowing last week. Thank you. El Nino is coming in. What an asshole. It's going to be such a fucking hot summer. Back of my knees are already sweating. Like, but I get I'm up on top of a hill, so I'm getting a really nice breeze up here. Before I was in the middle of the city and like you couldn't catch a breeze on a hot day if you tried. Uphill, I'm on like Temple Mountain. It's windy as shit up here. I feel like I'm up on Silent Hill. Okay. I can't believe how nice this breeze feels. Wow. I'm going to open up all the windows in my house. Okay. Pay attention. Pay attention. We're going to do one last reading. What are you doing? What are you doing? Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I think I see Wolfgang and Danny. That's all I can see right now. What up, everybody? All right, last reading. All right, we have heartbroken, kind of like in limbo. Stabbed in the back in reverse, which also has heartbreak on it. So, the Grim Reaper. What? Okay. So, I feel like there is somebody here that possibly you broke up with recently. There is no second chances with this person. Like, somebody needs to move the fuck on. Okay? And away from an ex. Okay? Someone's got to get away from an ex. They do not like you. Okay. So I don't know if somebody thinks an ex likes them, but they do not like you. Okay. So if somebody's being being pulled into the past, and it doesn't really feel right because you're like, really, like that person? I don't really like that person. Don't just suddenly like them because you're like bored or something. Okay, don't do something out of boredom. Okay, like I think the universe is just about to transform something in your life, which is why this person wants to pull you back. Okay, it's something about possibly taking this opportunity away from you. Okay, yeah, there's some type of call there's an incoming call. Okay, and it's got an invitation attached to it. What's this love call? Queen of Wands. Wow. Somebody taking what they want. Okay, Page of Swords. Yeah. There's like fired up. We also have passion here too. There's fired up energy coming in. Okay, that has some type of new opportunity attached to it. Okay, and there's the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Tower in reverse. And there's karma, so that's judgment. Okay, I almost feel like there's a couple things coming in because karmically you deserve it. Now, the 10 of Pentacles is also here, and it's the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, which almost makes me think somebody skips the independent richness or fulfillness and jumps right into teamwork. They jump right into kind of like a family dynamic. Like I said, when my grandparents owned a motel, that was like, everybody in our family that needed a job worked there. Okay, like because it was my Oma and Opa. Like they hired anybody. If I said I wanted somebody hired, boom, that day they were hired. Like my Oma didn't care. She trusted me. She trusted my sister. We hired, oh man, so many people that we went to high school with started working there with us. And like it was funny how many people were like, can I go work at the motel? I'm like, you got to clean hotel rooms. I'm like, but then you also get shifts in the ice cream store, which was awesome. Okay, unlimited ice cream. You could my grandparents didn't care. You just eat as much ice cream as you want. You just sit there in front of customers and eat ice cream. They didn't give a shit. My grandparents were so chill on that stuff. Okay, and that's a family business. When you run a family business and you actually trust the fucking people that you're in business with, it's like the funnest experience of your life. Okay, while still working. Okay, so I almost feel like whoever this ex is, they're trying to come back in because they know that there's a bigger picture happening. And if you get put into this bigger picture, you're never going to go back to them. Even though for some reason, I don't even know why they feel like you would at this point in time go back to them. I mean, they stabbed you in the back, they hurt you. So I don't know if, I mean, again, this town, people, I feel like the harder you stab people in the back, the more they like you. Okay. Everybody is stabbing fucking people in the back, and it doesn't seem like anybody cares. People get angry for like a second, and then they all get drunk that night, talk about it, and then it's over with. Like it's mind-boggling how much people disrespect themselves just so then they can have a group around them, just so then they can have friends around them. Okay, so whatever this is, try not to let it stop you. Like, because they might come up and approach you like, well, you get all these people back now. You get to be friends with these people. You get to be friends with these people. And that means that you can come here now and you can come there. And you're like, yeah, but I got to date you. I don't really want to do that. So I don't care if I can go see this person. And I don't care if you work at this person. You can use your manager card and we can eat free. I don't care. It doesn't seem like the perks of this person generate any interest for you. So why even fucking do it? That's being smart. Okay, because as soon as you reject them, and I don't know if this is an actual 3D, it could be 5D, they could show up in 5D and you kind of walk away from them or something like that. Something could happen. And then that's what seals the deal. So then they can accept the betrayal that they did to you and you can shut them down. Because whoever hurts you thinks that they can get right back in because they don't take the pain that they did to you seriously, because they don't understand, you know, they grow up in it. They, you know, might have grew up in a town like this where everybody just hurts each other. And, you know, the more you hurt each other, the more they kind of seem like that's love. Hurting each other seems like, you know, because then they can get drunk and then they can talk about it and they can, you know, just vomit all over each other about how much they love one another, when really I don't know if this is a genuine place or just a place of a bunch of closeted gay people. I don't really know. I personally, I don't know, because of the way that they disrespect themselves and the way that they treat their partners. It really doesn't seem like they want to be with who they married. So they're just going to be shady anyways. So if this person was married to somebody and didn't care, you know, like they fucked around in the relationship, like you don't think they're not going to fuck around on you? I don't care even if they say they're not going to. Trust me, they're going to. People are full of shit, and if you knew them full of shit back in the day, especially, you know, if they're talkers, they're gossipers, they more or less want to spread the shit as opposed to find out what really happened. They're probably still going to be like that. Okay, the way that I found it is, if somebody, you know, if you've dealt with a bully or an asshole in the past, the only way that you know that they've changed is you most likely won't see them anymore. If they're in the same place with the same people doing the same thing, they're going to be the same prick that they've always been. Okay, so just be careful, because if I mean, Spirit's never going to tell you what to do, but they're going to try to get you to make the right move for you. So if there's an ex that comes back and you're just like, I didn't really like him, or I didn't really like her, but I'm single and I've been single for a while and I don't really see it getting better, so I'm just going to take them back. This is the situation where it's like, don't do it. 11-11. Oh my God, that 11 just turned to 13 as I said it. Okay, 11-11. Think of yourself lucky. Like, don't compromise yourself right before you get the call to something else. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna be pissed off, and then you're gonna end up staying in this relationship with this person with half in, half out feelings, because you chose to get back together with them when you were bored, as opposed to stayed bored and just did whatever you wanted. Right? Ooh, was that the first reading or the second reading? I feel like that was the second reading, right? Yeah, that was the second reading. Okay, I'm going to do one more because that was fast. I'm like not even halfway done my coffee yet. Thank you, Wolfgang. You know, the sun went away a little bit so I could see the screen now. What up, Ryu? I should check. Sometimes YouTube just deletes chat and you go to watch the live again and the chat's not there. That is not because of me. Okay, what up from Idaho? I specifically did a message on my TikTok about somebody from Idaho the other day. So if you're a woman from Idaho, there's some type of ex-boyfriend who might want to kill you. And they might butcher you up so much that they don't even know your name. They're just going to call you Jane Doe. And not to freak anybody out, but only because you just said you're from Idaho, and that's what I said. What up, Vice? Hey, good luck. What up? Phoenix. Oh, look at everybody's here. Danny. What up, Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I sent you that email back, Ryu. You can put up Visa. Anybody that wants to open up a PayPal account and you're like, okay, I can't open up a PayPal account, you can with prepaid Visas that you buy at Walmart. You don't even have to put your real name on there. Okay. And you don't need a credit card. You don't need a debit card. You can do them with a PayPal. All right. So fun fact for you. I looked that up because I was wondering, I'm like, can you, because I've always wondered, but I think I did know that because I loaded up a Visa on my PayPal before when I first did the Instagram blue dot. I didn't want Instagram knowing my bank account information. So I gave them my Google Play information. And then the Google Play took it from my PayPal, which I uploaded through a Visa prepaid. So I can't believe my dyslexia just got through that sentence. Wow. So anyways, I don't know if you got my email back, but I did message you back about that. Okay. And okay, we're going to do one last. I did not roll the dice today, so I'm going to roll the dice. Whoa. Oh, Aquarius. I'm going to take that. Y'all know I'm an Aquarius. With Pluto, that's double Aquarius. And the second house, fucking Taurus, man. Jesus Christ. Taurus has been coming out almost, I got to say, every single reading. So I don't know what is up with this high priest energy or something like that, but my God, it's been coming out a lot. Fucking Taurus energy. Okay. Pluto, second house. Okay, so it kind of seems like there's powerful new beginnings happening. I think we're in the beginning of something. Which, if we're in the second house, you might have just experienced something in the first house with your identity. If you recently discovered something about your identity or your appearance, that's for this next phase. All right. I don't know which cards to pick. Okay. individuality. You see what I mean? That would have been with the whole something to do with your personality, your authenticity, your appearance. Something had to be facilitated in you, you know, like this is who I am. I'm this person. I'm going to walk like this. I'm going to talk like this because this is who I am. That is very important for this connection. You have to know who you are for this connection to work. It's very important. Yeah, you can't fuck around with this. Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about, Wolf. I'll message you after this, okay? Okay. So, playful with hope in reverse. And then this messenger, high priestess of air, I think is this Pluto energy, this new beginning. So playful and hope in reverse. It's like, you don't have to hope for this. It's something that's going to happen as long as you can be mature enough to handle it. There's something coming that can't be it can't be played around with. It's not a game. It's not some cute little thing, you know, like something is, wow, what is this? Give me this Pluto. What is this Pluto energy? Conclusions in reverse. It's almost like I think something is about to begin. A whole new book. There's a new book that's about to be written. Somebody doesn't know about. It's in the ether though. And book would be the analogy, okay? Reminder, high priestess of spirit, listening and understanding. Okay, so somebody has definitely lost focus on something that they were supposed to remember. All right. Like maybe life is a risk and life is an adventure. And okay, maybe somebody got a little too comfortable and that's in their comfort. They got to understand who they were. Okay. So if you spent, whoa, look at this here. If you spent some time alone, okay, it was so then you could get to know yourself and because somebody couldn't hear themselves and they couldn't hear spirit. So they needed to authenticate their relationship with spirit and with themselves. And that would make a really good partner, you know, somebody who is grounded and knows who they are and has morals and has ancestors and has their own connection. It allows them to be confident in where they're at because of their beliefs. Okay. Beliefs make people confident. All right. So I feel like by getting these beliefs, these morals or something, right? And to kind of stop fantasizing and hope, like to move forward in your righteous energy, you know, like, and I feel like when this situation happens, whatever this is, that suddenly becomes part of your possessions or something, okay, it can last because you can hear now. Right? It's like somebody's opening up their sixth sense. I kind of feel like with this Aquarius, maybe. Yeah, look at that vision. Like somebody's opening up their third eye. They can see now, you know, through the dark. there's a rigid wall. Somebody had their walls up. They were very, possibly very hard to deal with because they didn't understand who they really were, right? So all these other people would try to control them or try to, maybe shoot them in a certain direction, and there was no direction there. There was no value. There was no morals. There was no connection. So somebody just kept getting shot in all these different directions. They needed to figure out, okay, who's my source? Where do I come from? What do I believe in? Right? So then I can become my authentic self for this new beginning, this Pluto energy, which maybe somebody thought that they were going to be the end of something. Really, it's the beginning of something, and their vision was right. Something about a vision. Somebody had a vision of something. Or maybe because they Aquarius themselves, they connected with spirit, they connected with themselves, they connected with ancestors, anything that they, couldn't see, they could now hear. And that's the only way that they're going to get this message about the future. Because it's almost like somebody thinks that something is done, but it's not. It's just the beginning. It's not over till the fat lady sings, and there ain't no fat lady around here, so ain't nobody singing. So the whole I need to have hope out the window. It's something that's already happening. Hope is alive. It's real. You did what you had to do, so you don't have to keep hoping and praying that something is going to get a certain way. Now it's you have to be in the game. You have to. This is we're playing to win. We're not playing to get friends. We're playing to get the job, get the girl, get the position, get the guy, get the ring on the finger, get the car, get the paycheck. Like someone's not fucking around. Okay. Oh, now I can hear Yellow Wolf with Struggle Jennings, Searching for Heaven. That's such a nice song. Somebody's been searching for heaven. And it's a reality now. It's no longer a vision. It's no longer, they're not searching for it anymore. They found it. That's why it's hard to believe that when you find something, you automatically assume it's the end. When if you just found something, it's just the beginning. What do you mean it's the end? You just found it. How can it already be over? But shit like that happens sometimes. Okay. So, don't forget. Don't lose focus on what you're trying to achieve, okay, with your authenticity. Because that authenticity is a fucking powerhouse for what is coming in the second house. Alrighty. So I hope that resonated for everybody. Or for somebody, anyways. 53. Look, I always like to be live for about an hour. That seems to be my cutoff. I might be back later. I did a lot of work today on the computer and stuff, so I'm not really quite sure if I'm going to do that again. But I might be back later for another live if I don't feel like doing pre-records. I don't know. My energy's been really weird lately. I've been getting these energy sprouts at night. But it's so weird going on here live at night. I don't really like the energy too much. So I just want to let you know, sometimes I go live at night. Okay, people? So I know the notifications on YouTube are awful. So, I mean, I don't expect you guys to stare at your fucking phone. I don't even know how you guys get on here half the time because YouTube never lets me know whenever anybody's fucking live. So I don't even thank you all just for being here. Okay. Like, I'm just glad you got the memo. Okay. So, peace out. All right. And, thank you, Danny, for your moderation. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, all the newbies. Thank you for liking 1013. That's my favorite number. Yeah, I've said all I can say. I am completely shut down now. I can't even speak. So let's shut it down, and we'll be back when we're back. All right. I'll write you back. Okay, Wolf? Peace.